Hello, and welcome to
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
with your hosts, Shannon,
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Sally, and
Sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night just sweating and screaming and clawing.
Andy.
I'm not going to entertain drama, chaos, confusion, and madness.
Featuring Shiloh
I joined a dating site for people my age called Carbon Dating.
and Eva.
Oh, it's the Botox. I can't show emotion for another hour and a half.
Wait, Eva's ever had an emotion? I think that's
Right?
something. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
We're pretty in pink.
Pretty and pink. I love it. I appreciate it. I love it.
What's it for?
Well, I guess it's for the breast cancer, you know.
For the boobies. It's for the boobies.
Save the tatas.
Save them.
Yes. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Happy
Yes.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, it's funny. I was somewhere this weekend, and you know, all the stores now are like, it seems like all the retail things are like, would you like to donate, you know, to Breast Cancer Research Foundation? And
Yeah.
this lady was like, no, I've already donated my breast. I was like, me too, sister. Me too. It's like, because I feel guilty when I say no, but I'm like, I feel like I've given enough.
Yeah.
You know?
You've done your part.
I've done my part, but you know, the
Yeah.
little clerk waiting on me doesn't know that, and they just think I'm being stingy, and I just want to
Well, and it's just a matter of time, maybe a couple of weeks before they get pushed out of the way, those red kettles get set up.
exactly.
The red kettles.
We pushed the kids out of the way for the boobies, and the boobies get pushed out of the way for the red kettles.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Ring a ding ding. Ring a ding ding.
Exactly.
Oh my God, we were off a week.
I know, and
I know.
it was such a big sports weekend too. There was so much. I felt like that Coach Daddy could have reported on, but you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to think. I don't even know what happened last week.
I'm sure he's got a big report.
Well, Ohio State got upset last week, right? Didn't they?
Ooh, that was a big
Alabama,
and then
Alabama.
Ohio State
Then Ohio,
this weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah.
But Alabama was weekend before last, right?
Vanderbilt, yes.
Did Mississippi State win?
No, we did not. We played Georgia at Georgia.
Not badly though.
But you
Not
know what?
badly.
We scored 31 on them and kept them to 41. I mean, it was a pretty decent game. So
Yeah.
we've got one of the hardest schedules in the country.
Yeah.
So, you know,
What about Missouri?
we played number one, you know, 2 weeks ago. Then we go to Georgia, and then I think we go to Tennessee next, and they're ranked in the top 5. So it's just boom, boom, boom. But
Yeah. What about Missouri?
how did Missouri do? They
A&M
started out strong this season, right? And then
they're overrated. A&M spanked them last weekend at home. Like it was an ass whooping left and right. And then they played UMass on Saturday and won that. But hello, it's UMass.
well, that's never a given. I mean, we got beat by Toledo. So
Well, I was so proud of my Gamecocks. They came this close to beating Alabama.
not close enough.
That close?
That close.
That's a little gamecock.
Party hard. Are y'all both wearing bracelets tonight? Am I seeing? I know Shannon's into the bracelet.
I'm always in bracelets.
Andy, have you got on bracelets?
Yep. Roger gave me these two.
Why hadn't Roger given me any bracelets?
Well, he hasn't seen you, has he?
No, I don't know, but I'm going to ask him for something. If he's in the bracelet making
I
business.
don't know when she finds the time to do it, but she does.
She's too busy. She's too busy listening to this podcast, but she can make bracelets.
Right.
Apparently.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, what's everybody drinking tonight?
You know, I've got just a regular Diet Coke over here, but right now I've got a Diet Coke with vanilla vodka. You know, it tastes like a Coke float kind of.
Yeah. Cool. Shannon?
I am changing things up tonight.
Uh-oh.
I am drinking a tequila cocktail in a can.
What?
I know, and it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories.
So it's approved
Gluten-free.
by the cult.
Yes, I
Okay.
think it's a craft tequila cocktail, and it's carbless. I don't know. It's one of those bubbly sort of
Yeah.
It's
things.
it's
It's just
unopened.
carbonated water, probably.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Right? It's okay. The reason I'm drinking it because we put away the boat this weekend, and so we're clearing all the stuff out of the boat, which includes
Ah.
everything in the cooler. And you're like,
Somebody
oh,
left that on the
look at the
boat.
random things in our cooler. So we have some. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll try that instead of their
Why not?
usual.
Yeah.
Might as well.
So did y'all drive back with the Jeep after? Because the Jeep was up there, right? Did y'all
Yes.
drive back?
We flew back on Friday and then drove back yesterday. Yes. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a story to tell that when we get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it was an eventful ride back.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I am having Tito's and lemonade,
Ah,
and it's
I
quite
like the
tasty.
Tito's and lemonade. Yeah.
That's pretty basic, white girl.
Yeah.
It is.
You're usually doing like melons or honeydew.
Well, the last
or
time he and Sue, oh, look, he's all pink too. He's pretty in pink. Yeah, last time he and Suzanne had been doing what?
getting hammered all day on
Fireball
Fireball
shots all day or
right?
something.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to that mix? Are you out of that already?
Well, mom's not here to get drunk with, so
You're not getting drunk by yourself. That's good.
no. And
That's a sign.
and Pam's been out of the country,
Do
so
you usually
Pam
get drunk
back
with
yet?
Pam? Oh yes, Pam's back.
Okay.
no,
Yes.
but I think it
You
could
would.
happen. I
Yeah.
think it could happen.
Yeah. Well, Pam is back, and I did not get a new daddy. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, there might be one stuck in customs, but not one that I'm thinking right now. So, yeah. Anyway, Eva, what are you drinking?
Uh,
A pink
the-
martini?
no, the very elusive.
You
You
can't
can't
see
really
it, but I'm guessing it's your Topo Chico.
It's
That's
my
Topo
very
Chico.
hard to find Topo Chico.
very, very still
Not
hard to
pink
find. So,
lemonade.
no, I only drink them every Monday since they're so hard to find.
Oh, yeah. They're hard to find.
You're rationing the Topo Chico? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sitting here look at the roots of my hair to go
Sorry,
see
hold
that.
I hit my
My
series.
hair person, that reminds me, my hair person, I schedule when I go, I schedule my next appointment because she only works 2 days a week. And she works on Fridays and Saturdays. And the last time I was there, I tried to schedule like this past weekend. Because it worked for me. And she goes, no, I'm taking a mental health day that weekend. And I'm like,
You only work 2 days a week?
2 days a week. I mean, it's like,
Sounds like Eva.
right? It's like, whatever.
Remember the
I've
last
been working
show? He
five-
was started
I've been
working
work-
40
yeah.
hours a week.
5 days a week is the worst. Ugh,
Ugh.
Yeah.
so bad.
So what else y'all been doing on our weeks off?
Saturday, I got up and did a couple of things. I went to the gym. I went to this sauna place and sweated it out for an hour. And then I came home and like just did some laundry, had football on, and read an entire book. It was kind of fabulous. So,
Wow.
Nice.
yeah.
I don't know.
What about y'all?
I'm trying to think what we did the weekend before this one.
I don't remember the weekend before this one, so that's too far away.
Yeah, and this weekend I went out to happy hour Friday night for a little bit. Sunday I just tooled around here and kept my legs propped up. And went out for a little bit Sunday with the boys.
Okay,
That's
that's a fun weekend.
yeah.
What about
Eva,
you?
Eva, do you want to share about our Brat Wednesday?
Oh my gosh. We
Oh,
went to
okay.
see.
So
Yeah.
before you go with Brat Wednesday, what is the Brat thing? What's like Brat Summer? What is that?
Basically, it's Charlie XCX, who is she's been around for a very long time. I've been a fan since she began, and I saw her in 2013 in Austin for South by Southwest.
Okay.
She was supposed to perform, but she got sick. And so my friend and I that were there just stumbled. It's kind of like ACL, like it was this past weekend or past couple weekends. These are like different, except for South by Southwest, it's downtown, and there's different venues that host different artists.
Mhm.
and she was going to be showcased in some small little outdoor bar / patio thing, whatever. And since she didn't perform, we just started kind of walking around, and she was just. I looked over, and she's got a very back then she had a very distinctive style, like these tall boots, platform boots, and she's very gothy. That's when she first came out. I remember sitting over there and thinking, "Is that Charlie XCX?" And my friend was like, "No, that's not her," and it actually was her. And so I went up and talked to her and told her that I was there to see her. And she was very apologetic. She didn't perform, but she's then steadily made her way through. She's had some. She didn't really do a lot of mainstream music until recently, um, and it basically just took off this last summer. And her promotion was Brat.
Okay.
There's really no rhyme or reason to it.
That was just
It
the thing.
was Brat with a lime green logo that was everywhere. I mean, she was doing promotion everywhere. I think there's like a random village in England, like Bacon Village, and there's like this huge banner that says Brat. And it's just, I mean, she really went all out, and it just caught on here in America, and everybody thinks that
Now
they
I know.
invented her, but
So anyway,
we
so
went
I
to see her.
interrupted that. So now you
No,
can go back to
yeah,
your.
no. So we went to see her on Wednesday. Thank you, Brandon Brown, for the tickets. Those were amazing, amazing tickets.
Yes.
She was with Troye Sivan, who's kind of started making it big here recently in the past. What would you say, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah. Well, he's not old enough to do any farther back.
Well, that is true. They're both. Well, he's very young, but they did an interesting thing at the concert. Do you want to say, Shannon, about the set list and how they did it?
Yeah, they changed. Like he would do 3 songs. She would do 3 songs. She would do like.
So
back
it wasn't
and
like
forth.
an opener and a main act.
It was kind of cool, actually. It was a little bit
really
mixed
cool.
up.
It was really cool. And then they came out and sang some, because they have some
Together.
songs together, and so they sang some songs together. But it was so interesting how you would think that the set was over, like the concert was over. It's just like she walks off stage and runs, and then there was no intermission.
Oh, I love
mean,
it.
it was from 8:30 to 10:15,
maybe,
and
it was
completely done.
Just music.
Yeah, music.
I like
music,
it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I'll go into my over it thing. I'll keep that.
Oh, you'll do that.
Yeah,
So,
I'll do that.
but I was just going to tell you, as you can imagine, the crowd skewed a little young, like very young. Like they were calling me dad, like I brought my kids to the show. Like, oh my god!
Yeah, it was so it was so funny.
They could have called me grandfather. Some of them there, I was like,
yeah,
I think they're in junior high. I'm not
they were
sure,
very
but
so was it?
I even felt old.
So the two of y'all and Brandon
and Dylan
and our friend Dylan.
So you were the oldest one there. Then.
Oh, by far.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, we were looking around, and Brandon goes, "Wait, there's some guy older than you." I go, "I'm probably older. He just looks older."
He just looks, yeah, he looked really old. But it was a lot of fun. And Dylan, of course, I mean, he's younger, obviously, like by 10, 15 years. And so for me, at least, more with others. But he knew every single word to every single song. I knew some. I know her older stuff, but he was having a time of his life. He was really enjoying it. So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was Wednesday. Middle of the week concerts. Artists, can you please throw a bone to us old folk and just do it like on a Friday night or a Saturday night?
Oh, but wait.
Or start a little bit earlier.
Hold on. While he's saying that, did we go home right after the concert?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh my God, no. Where did we go? We went to 3 bars afterwards. So it's not like you were going to go home and go to bed, right?
That's true. I mean, if you're out and about on a Wednesday, why not just go balls to the wall?
Although we did not going to go. We were going to go to the Roundup, and it was packed with concert goers. We're like, wow, we did not expect this one.
Yeah. Did Brandon send you the video of the night?
No.
The next day?
From the Roundup?
It was people stuck to each other the entire place.
Oh, no.
And we actually saw Richie yesterday, one of the bartenders that we know there, because I went out for a little bit with Candy and Roger and PH. And he said Wednesday was absolutely nuts.
Did they have the staff for it? I'm sure they did.
Was it just because the concert?
The concert.
Oh yeah, it was like lime green everywhere. You're like, oh wow, they all came here afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. And what's funny is that they tend to flock there because when Lady Gaga comes to visit, she always goes to the Roundup, and so they probably thought there was some idea that maybe that they would stop by there, but They were there the night before because they were posting on their social media, Troy and Charlie.
They were?
And
On
yeah, they were
Tuesday
there
night?
on they were on Tuesday night, yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
so they were, sightseeing, I guess, or just enjoying the night off or whatever, because they didn't have a gig that night. And so I'm like, girl, they got in that bus and they say, get me the hell out of here.
Right. I've had
'Cause
enough.
I think they're going to Oklahoma after that.
Right.
So, but yeah.
There you go.
Well, cool.
Then I went to Abilene on Saturday to visit my family. My nephew turned 12 on Saturday, so
Okay.
got to see the family, spend some time with them. We're gonna leave Friday night, but we had just gotten back from our road trip to Louisiana, and I'm like, I don't want to be in a car again. So let's wait an extra day. So we left Saturday morning. We got back yesterday afternoon. So it was fun. Good time. Good time.
Well, happy birthday, Mason.
Yes, Mason. His last of his, what is it, preteen years?
What day was his birthday?
The 12th. on
Okay,
Saturday.
my
Yeah.
nephew's, my oldest nephew's was the 11th.
Yeah.
He's 28.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
crazy to think he's 20. He's like a for real adult, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And one thing, my nephew and I have, we have our little things, as he was getting older, it's Legos. And I've kind of introduced him into the world of Lego, and we do all these little Lego sets. Shannon, do you know what he is into now? And everybody else, but Shannon would know. He is into 90s rap. Like he got vinyls. He's into vinyls.
No way.
Oh,
He
wow.
got vinyls of was it Tupac and like I don't know who else, but
He has something to play them on? Or
yes,
no?
he has a record player. He has
Oh
a
my
record player
God.
that he got.
That's crazy.
And we got him the Blue Weezer album, which he absolutely went bonkers on. And I'm
Oh my
like,
God, that's hilarious.
Did y'all just go see Weezer recently?
yeah, that's what I was like. And
Yeah.
and Angie said she was going to try to take him, but it was during the week and she couldn't get away. And so,
Oh, that
anyways,
was amazing.
but I'm just like, what in the world is going on here? Like, I
Yeah.
told Mason, I'm like, that was big when I was in high school. And he's like, yeah, well, it's big now too. And I'm like, oh, okay, calm down.
There. So there.
Now,
there.
now it's retro, right? Now
It's so retro. I know.
It's cool again. Yeah.
He kept pulling gifts out of the bags, and it was all 90s like pop culture rep, all these things. And I'm like,
So
I looked
weird.
over at Angie. I'm like, when did the 90s come back? Like, I don't.
Everything comes back. It's
Oh my goodness, it was crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so Legos are gone. It's all about music.
He's outgrown Legos.
He's
right?
outgrown them. So sad. I knew this day would come.
Those will come back too, just like
He'll
the
come
90s
back.
rap.
Right.
We'll come back.
When he's in his 40s, like I am.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry,
he'll have
Mason.
yours. He'll be like, these are vintage. you know?
Right.
Yeah,
vintage
yeah.
Legos.
I'll be like, sorry, Mason. I would love to do it with you, but I'm dead.
Or he's gonna get them and go, why did my Uncle Chris do all flower Legos?
I know. He was a queen.
Why?
That's why.
But yeah, so
Okay, Sally Ann, what are we celebrating?
Oh, let me get my notes ready. Well, first of all, today is Columbus Day, Indigenous People Day, Native American
wow.
Day.
Right.
I will say we're going to let Eva let us know why we shouldn't celebrate Columbus Day, even though he
We all know.
did, change the world as we know it. He probably made as big a mark on the world as anybody. But
we're
Eva,
not so
why
mad
should we-
about. Well, we're not so bad that he explored and he, came upon the land by accident. But we were more so worried about or upset about what he did afterwards.
Or the smallpox.
Or the disease and
Well, I mean, I will say, I was reading something about it. It's not like, the people who lived here it wasn't like it was all kumbaya between tribes and nations.
But it was their fight. It was their fight. Let them handle it. It was very.
But he did change the world as we know it.
He did. He did.
And do y'all know how many transatlantic voyages he made?
3.
5.
7.
4.
Oh,
Okay.
we were
So
closest.
here's what we're celebrating.
Okay.
So today, Andy, Eva, be bald and be free.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Today is also National Latino AIDS Awareness Day.
Okay.
And this is for Andy. Tomorrow, National Grouch Day. So
I'm on it.
and you're
Isn't
kind of
that
talking
Isn't that every day?
Yeah.
I'm
And
on
then
it.
also, I think the same day is which I didn't know what this was. It's Bra Day, and I thought it was like one of those, you know, give up your bra for breast cancer, but it's Breast Cancer Reconstruction Awareness Day.
Oh,
Oh,
BRA, broad. Ah,
Breast
clever.
Cancer Reconstruction Awareness
Clever.
Day. If any
That's
of our listeners
disappointing.
want to talk about breast cancer reconstruction, I'm happy to share my journey with you.
yeah.
The 16th is the birthday of Noah Webster, and it's also National Dictionary Day
Mm-mm. Yeah.
because Noah Webster, right? What else we got? Oh, October 18th is International Legging Day. It's perfect timing. All the basic bitches are ready to put on the leggings and sweatshirts. It's that time of year. Oh, it's also National Chocolate Cupcake Day.
It is going to be it's going to be lower 70s on Wednesday, so a good day for
See, I
those
know.
leggings.
I know.
Mhm.
And then the 19th is National LGBT Center Awareness Day. I feel like we're doing something LGBT every week.
But there's also on Thursday is Spirit Day, anti-bullying, just purple, wear purple, Spirit Day.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed that. Wear purple. Okay.
Yeah.
I wore mine today. Damn it.
And then today's
You've got more than
birthday
one purple.
Yeah, I
day
do.
is Ralph Lauren's birthday. And I think he's
Andy!
one of the go Andy. He's like one of the most classic American designers. Don't you
Yes.
think?
He's
I mean, what'd you
classy.
say?
Wasp.
Just,
Total. But I'm good with it. I
classy.
love it.
just enough
Yeah,
with
beast.
the Olympics design, though. Let's let somebody else do the
Yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Do y'all know the birthday tomorrow? Do y'all know who this person is? Robert Lowry.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No, he's
No.
the second actor to play Batman.
Oh.
And then later this week is the birthday of Evil Knievel. I feel like us
Oh.
Gen Xers grew up,
I used to have
Yeah.
an Evil Knievel action figure that you would
Did
put
you
on.
have the little thing that you wound up in the
Yes.
motorcycle with?
Yes.
Yes.
I know that
So-
surprised y'all that I played with motorcycles, but
No,
yes,
kinda.
I did.
Kinda.
There was a Barbie riding on the back, but I was
Side saddle.
But I think those
I was the
are
Barbie.
those are our big days. Also, the 18th is National No Beard Day.
No, wait, we got to
All of y'all-
shave.
y'all wanna- You could shave and then get ready for No Shave Mauve November.
November.
Okay,
Mm.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Charlotte says no.
He just dyed his. He's not gonna. He's not
so
gonna
you don't
shave
wanna
No,
it.
this is natural right now. This is natural. I get called out when I die before the podcast, so I can't do that anymore.
I want to say happy. Today is my brother's sister-in-law's 34th wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
And
It's a long time
Thurs-
with one person.
Thursday is my brother's 62nd birthday. So happy
So
birthday.
your
Chris.
younger brother's birthday? Happy
Yeah.
birthday to him.
Older.
Your baby brother. That's nice.
I'm loving
Hey.
these colors with Shiloh popping in. It's giving me very Wicked promotion.
Like
Like Galinda with Wicked, you know, with Alphaba.
Are we gonna break out in song, Andy? Andy
What
loves
is-
all the songs from
What
Wicked.
is Wicked?
See,
Oh,
straight guy
come
doesn't know
on.
what Wicked is.
Yeah.
So that's what
Tina.
we're celebrating. So, and also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll talk about it again. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed. You do know someone who will be diagnosed if you don't already, and you do already. So,
Yes.
Did we know Sally Ann had breast cancer?
I haven't talked about. I've kept it a little more on the DL than Andy, and
Wait, does Andy have breast cancer?
Here's your cue, Andy.
with Andy's.
What?
Wake up, Andy.
Does Andy have breast
Oh,
cancer
no.
too, or is it
Well,
something else?
I'm just kind of tired of hearing Sally Ann go on and on about breast cancer.
Are you zoning out, Andy?
Every other thing is breast cancer, breast cancer, breast cancer, breast cancer.
Oh my.
And what is it you have, Andy? Is it
Oh, I have a cold.
a cold? Okay.
So Sally, Ann, can I ask a question? And not so we talked about earlier when someone you know is diagnosed and you ask them like, oh, I know somebody, like how like being very careful of what you say or ask. So I wondered, like I have a friend that's going through treatment now. Is it if I wanted to ask her, hey, in honor of this month, I'd like to donate to a cause. What would you recommend? Is that bad to ask?
I think that's wonderful.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do. I think that's fantastic. So
Because I don't want to get involved. I don't
no,
wanna
I
get
think that's
personal, but-
fantastic. Like
Okay.
it's, and I think it's fantastic. A lot of people, everybody's different, and
Yeah.
some people are really quiet about it. They don't want to talk about it. I was
Yeah.
very open with mine, and still am. But I think I would be. I think they would be honored.
Okay.
The fact that they're going through treatment and you're choosing to acknowledge that right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Any other breast cancer questions? No, we're done with the breast cancer.
Oh, I'm
tonight?
sure it'll come back up.
I have questions, but I'll ask you. It's a private
I do have a
private question. Yeah.
I do have one question. I do have, being a survivor yourself and being in remission, how often do you have to go and keep up? I mean, do they want to see you like every 6 months, or do you
I
every
see an
year?
oncologist every 6 months. When
Every
I
6 months.
first, after my initial diagnosis, I went every 3 months.
Yeah.
Now I see my oncologist every 6 months, and they do blood work and test for tumor markers, to see if those levels change. And as a matter of fact, I went last week. I got a call today. The tumor markers were good. That's the main thing. Vitamin D was low, but I wasn't worried about vitamin D like you are, like the word tumor markers. So
Yeah.
Right.
I also see my breast cancer surgeon every 6 months still. But
So
I
we're-
don't have.
Cheers. We're celebrating that news then. We can
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
But I
Yeah.
don't have mammograms anymore because I have no breast tissue. So
Yeah. Okay.
there
So
you
it's
go.
more.
I have more
concerning to see
questions,
it.
but it's private. SAP. I'll ask you. I'll just go offline.
He keeps
it's
reiterating that it's private.
It's more concerning if it shows up somewhere else now, right? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes,
That makes
yes.
sense.
And breast cancer, when it comes back, I think it's more likely to show up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I'm right at almost to my 4-year mark, which is
Wow,
crazy to think
that's
about.
awesome.
That's
It's
great.
been
I
4
can't believe
years.
that too.
I know.
Oh.
Okay, enough about the breast cancer.
All right. Let's start
Yes,
on
say
what
the
are we
word.
what are we obsessed with this week? What are we obsessed with? Sally Ann
Don't
and
start with me. I don't know.
Andy, what are you obsessed
Oh, I do
with?
know. Can I
Go ahead. Yes, go
Can I
ahead.
go
Yes.
back? This is a week late, and I know we talked about it before, and I just finished it, but I was obsessed with Nobody Asked for This. Is that the name of it? Kristen
Nobody
Bell.
likes this. Nobody likes this.
Whatever.
Yes.
That
So
was
good,
one of the
right?
best shows I've
So
seen,
good.
and it's been renewed for a second season. So
Yes, so
and
good.
Adam Brody is hot.
Adorable.
So
They're both adorable. They're like
they're
totally adorable.
perfectly cast.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I even like the sister. I thought she was really good too. Her sister.
I
Is
like
she the one with the
brother
long blonde
too.
hair?
Oh, the brother too. Yeah, the blonde, the sister, and the
Sasha, the
brother.
brother.
Those are both good cast
They're
too.
good characters.
The
yeah.
blonde, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen the promo every time I get on Netflix. The blonde, I think, is the girl from Succession. She was on Succession.
Okay.
She was the
That's right.
prostitute.
That's right. She's on
You
Succession.
haven't watched that show yet, Eva?
What? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Watched it. We
You
haven't watched
need
it
to
yet.
watch it.
It's so good.
We've got it
It's-
on our list.
It's gooey and cheesy. And Shiloh, if you'll watch it with Jody, then she'll love
And
that.
it's a quick watch. It's
Which one?
Nobody wants this. Right? Nobody wants
Kristen
But not
Bell, yeah,
Succession.
Kristen Bell. Not Succession. No,
Not
She's the
Succession.
girl. It's
Nobody wants
from
it.
Succession.
It's a quick little binge too.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
short episodes. It's a cute little romantic comedy,
Yes.
which every man loves.
Oh,
I love those.
Every straight man loves them.
Every
Love
straight man
romantic
loves a
comedies.
rom-com.
Andy, what are you obsessed with?
You can thank Eva for this. I hate her.
Uh-oh. Ah, I got some too.
I'm
Wait,
converting you one at a time.
You suck.
Oh wait, I don't have that, but
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh yay! I got mine too.
You need more of
Is yours blue
than I
too?
have.
Mine's blue
Wait.
too.
Oh,
wait, mine's down to here.
Mine's
Uh-oh.
still up
Is that allowed in your cults?
I'm
No,
not gonna tell you
it's
where
not.
mine's at.
It's totally against the cult. Don't tell them. Don't let them see this. But
For
yes.
those of
You
you
can
that can't
splurge.
read this, it's Candy Corn Crunch trail mix from Target.
Yeah.
I have a
And
kid-
even
favorite thing.
even if you don't like candy corn,
I love the candy corn.
I do
in
too.
I love
It
it.
is-
People have this crazy reaction about candy corn. It's good.
It's good.
It's just
It's
sugar.
good.
It's good.
It's good. And when
It's
you mix
really
it
good with peanuts
Yeah.
and popcorn.
and peanuts and raisins and just
Raisins.
Yeah.
oh, so good.
But you don't even know the raisins are in there. I mean,
Yeah, because but they're really tiny too. So they're
yeah,
not like
they are.
big plump raisins. They're just but the little
Yeah.
wafer balls, oh,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it.
Look at
This
Shallow.
this is
I
not on my.
immediately
What kind of balls are you guys eating?
immediately
Yeah.
looked at Shallow when you said the wafer balls, the little
We'll
wafer
put
balls.
for,
Can I
for
ma-
all you listeners, we'll put the link in the show notes.
Hey,
Who puts the link in the show notes? I don't even know.
We need
They should-
hashtags.
they
I
should
was gonna
sponsor
say,
our
I'm supposed to
show.
be hashtagging on it. Oh my God, I'm
They
so
should-
behind.
They should sponsor us because I want
Yeah.
free stuff.
Well, wait.
I have a confession. I have one of these at home and one of these at my
I
office.
was about to say, did you go? I'm like to say, are you that addicted? Did you carry it from home to work?
Oh, I bought a separate one for work.
Yes. Well, just wait, because this is the season where it's just starting. Because December comes around and there's a Christmas mix.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
And it's-
Christmas mix is good.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's got the
Is it
red and green
peppermint?
M&Ms.
Oh.
Yeah, peppermint one. The peppermint
Mm.
one. Delicious.
Oh.
Delicious. So
No.
All right,
then there's
Ava,
an Easter mix.
what are you obsessed with?
Go to Shiloh because I got to narrow it down.
Shiloh.
So I got back from Vegas, and there's this thing that they have called fall break. I guess it's like spring break, but in the fall.
For college students.
There
Well, there were
were
co-eds there.
oh my God, there were all of the 21, 22-year-old co-ed girls all over like drunk everywhere.
Yet faced.
Trashed, and they all had their it's breast cancer wearing this month, so we can say this. They all had their titties out.
And you hated
Girls were
this?
out. No, we're obsessed, right? This is the obsessed part, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just walked around and was like, "Who has daddy issues?" That's really all I did.
Most of them? Was it most of them?
It was actually all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too many. I had to say no to some of them. Yeah.
Why would they go to Vegas?
Some of them?
Yeah. So apparently, there's some. Because like I was there for the World Series board, whatever bullshit. But there was another group using the conference rooms, and there was some organization that was doing trip planning, whatever. So like I think most of these people were from Penn State. So like I mean the hotel was not cheap. Like I had a discounted rate of $189.99. I can't imagine what they pay. I mean I'm sure they had like 10 to a room, but. Yeah, so they went to Vegas from Pennsylvania. Eva, do you know where Pennsylvania's at on the map?
I do. It's a lot of Dutch.
Okay.
Amish.
So yeah, I'm currently obsessed with 20-year-old co-eds with daddy issues.
And that's different from every week because
these are Pennsylvania Dutch co-eds with daddy issues. And like literally every 90% of the girls are walking around, at least during but even in the evening, like they're basically like wearing their bikinis.
Yeah.
But they're wearing like a cover up that's like a mesh cover up that you can see through. So like you can see their ass hanging out. So it's kind of nice.
Well, we're glad you had
The breast cancer awareness, but I did a lot of exams, making sure everyone was okay. It was very educational and instructional.
Again,
Thank God you were in Vegas.
Again, it was consensual or it is assault. So make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they signed. I had them sign a form. I had a lab coat on. I looked like a doctor. It was totally legit.
I think it's a lab coat with my name on it.
It is. It actually does. It says Longoria. Yeah.
So Pennsylvania Dutch, isn't there a story about a little boy putting his finger in the hole?
That's in the Netherlands. His finger in a dike.
A dike.
I didn't know Shiloh was putting his finger.
I mean, I've done that before.
There's girl Shiloh or boy Shiloh, right?
I have not done anything with boy Shiloh.
You and boy Shiloh.
I was replaced by boy
I was
Shiloh.
going to say, you and boy Shiloh have something in
We
common.
have something in common. We are Eskimo brothers, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same
moving
as
on.
you and Freddie Prinze Jr.,
Moving on.
right? Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
Yeah. Eva, what are you obsessed with?
Okay. So I narrowed it down. So I watch a show on Netflix called Heartstopper. I think Shannon watches it. I don't know who else watches it. It's so good. But more than the show itself, that's the best part, is the music. It's like a lot of like slow, alternative, poppy mix of everything. And so I don't have Spotify. I have Spotify, but I have the ads. I don't, whatever. I subscribe to Apple Music, but Spotify has a Heartstopper playlist with all the songs. And I'm like, I don't want to have to sign up for Spotify, blah, blah, blah. Apple Music actually has it as well. And so I clicked it, liked it, follow it. And now
For the
it's
show?
just, yes, for the show, all the
nice.
music from the show, all the seasons. So it's all mixed in. So it's like, just it's so good. And so it's so good. It's now my sleep music because it's so like kind of peaceful, poppy, nothing like too crazy to keep me awake or keep me singing in the middle of the night. But very good music to kind of chill out and relax to. So I'm obsessed with it because I've listened to it like 14 times already.
Did you finish the show? Week. Did you finish the whole
finish
show?
the show? Yes, we finished the show. I finished the show. Rick doesn't watch it, but yes, it's so good. So good. But that's what I'm obsessed with.
It's good. Shiloh, you won't ever watch it. Sally Ann, you probably won't watch it.
I wasn't even paying attention.
And Andy doesn't have a heart, so he won't watch it either.
No.
He heard the word heart in the title. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, he's out. I'm good.
Okay, so I've been obsessed with this for a while now, but I find myself being more obsessed with it. So I have a daily planner that is a written calendar, like an old person.
Me too.
And
is it covered in smudges from your candy corn trail mix?
Yes. But I use it to track all of the activities in my life. And now it gets busier with the holidays. Everything from like this week, I have podcasts, doctor's appointments, ISF, hair appointment. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
Hair appointment.
If I don't have it in here, I can't manage my life. So
hey, Boomer, you have this device.
It's amazing.
No, it doesn't. I
mean, yours is always dead, so maybe you need something like that. But
no, I can't do it on my phone. I've tried to do it on my phone. I can't do it on my phone.
See, I can't write it down. I'm like you. Everything in your book is in my Google Calendar. Doctor's appointments, haircuts, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I would write it down, but I can't really write well anymore because I have multiple sclerosis.
You have what?
Is that new?
Everybody drink. In case you're just tuning in, listeners, about 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not telling you anymore.
So you were just taking that opportunity to say, I can't write, to tell everybody you have multiple sclerosis. Nothing.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I
So
like
no,
to put it in
but
my-
no.
I put it in my phone and then I send an invitation to my work account. So it's on my work calendar.
But then I don't like to have all my personal stuff on my
Well, I
work
said I'm always
Outlook.
on it. So, you know.
No, I like it. Having everything in Google.
No, because if you send
just
it in
look it
private,
up.
you don't see what it is.
And I like being able to see the whole
On your
month
work
right
calendar,
here.
you see what it is, but nobody else does.
my work calendar just says working session if I need to block out time to do something.
I said everything is private except
Sorry,
when I
work.
have an oncologist appointment, and I put oncologist on there. That way, nobody's
love
going to
it.
give me a hard time about it. They're going to see oncologist to me.
You're like, you've been to the oncologist like 3 times this week.
I know. You know.
I seem to go to the dentist a lot, just
Do
saying.
you? The dentist.
I don't even have braces anymore, but I seem to have to go an awful lot. All right. What are we over, Sally Ann?
What I was just looking at what I'm over. Hang on. I'd forgotten. Oh, y'all know I watch a lot of TikTok, right? And I get so sick of, and it's usually advertisements for, these people that are sponsored, advertisements for clothes or whatever. But the term is always for all my corporate girlies out there. Corporate girlies. I'm just like, could you just say for,
Can we just say business Barbie?
something? I mean, I like that better. All my corporate girlies. Well, I don't know. It just gets on my nerves. I feel like it's very immature sounding, corporate girlies. I mean, if I have to work, anyway.
Are you a corporate girly since you have
I guess
a
I'm
job?
a corporate girly. I mean, even
Yeah.
though I work from home,
Yeah.
but that's kind of what I'm over.
Okay.
Nothing major this week. Nothing really. really making me mad.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing like shake the fists angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get off my lawn. None of
Andy,
that.
let's
so.
see you shake your fists. What are you over?
Um, I am. I never thought I would say this.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I am
Is it
over.
Shannon? Is it Shannon you're over?
No, no. He's my bestie.
Okay.
I am over coffee.
Wow.
I, for some reason, I just quit drinking coffee, even when mom and dad were here.
Because you replaced it with Fireball. That's why you're over
No,
coffee.
no. Even then, I'd make coffee in the morning. I'll drink a couple sips and that's it.
You know why
I
you're
just-
over it? Because it tastes like shit. That's why.
Coffee's
Whose
good.
shit have you been eating? Also, I don't know that I've ever seen any of the Titans or Titans extended family ever drink coffee because even in the morning it's alcohol.
That's a mimosa.
Because y'all are at the
Like
hidden
I've
door
never
at 8
ever seen
a.m.
any of you guys drink coffee. Yeah,
I drink
ever.
coffee every morning.
I used to have at least one cup.
Ugh.
Rarely two, but at least one. But now, I just it's gone. The
I
craving.
love the way it smells, but it just tastes awful.
It makes my pee smell funny.
I don't think it's a
Sharon.
coffee.
Have you been tested for some other things that might be causing that?
You were just in you were
Tested-
just in Vegas with Coed.
Yeah.
You better get tested for something else.
Right.
I get tested after each exam.
Exam. Okay. You're so nasty.
So, Andy, did you drink coffee black, or did you put a bunch of stuff in it, and or
Just like a little creamer. That's it.
and now you're just over it? You don't even want it.
Mm-mm.
Do you think it's your MS and your taste buds?
No, it might be my. I don't even think it's my medicine.
Yeah.
Anymore because I've slowly been reducing the amount of medicine I take. I mean, I'm down to I'm down 4 pills, which is great because it was 19.
So now you're down to 15?
Mm-hmm. And it's just,
I can do math.
we're gonna keep reducing.
Hmm.
So anyway, that's what I'm over.
Okay. Shiloh?
I'm over high school kids at ACL. I went to ACL last weekend, and I don't know. I mean, there's no like my parents would have never paid for me to
Exactly.
do that. And then they're wearing the same outfits that all these hot co-eds are wearing, and it's not the same feel for me personally.
Yeah.
Makes me feel a little uncomfortable. But they were like mostly they just stood around. Like it was like, why are you reading at the concert? They just kind of stood around in the middle of the grounds. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cough on that. Just kind of stood in the middle and just like congregated there and didn't do anything.
And
they're
they're skimpy little outfits.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they probably got pregnant that night, so it's fine. It'll take care of itself.
That'll
How do you
teach you.
do-
Always check an ID, right?
I have a friend who teaches high school, and she says her job is to keep them from getting pregnant and keep them out of prison. That's like her 2 main jobs. So
How do you do music festivals? I saw the crowds in there. That just makes me want to vomit.
Oh my God. So the crowd for
I need to sit down.
Chapel
Let me
Roan.
just say that.
Chapel Roan, there were 80, they estimate 80,000 people. So when she had started, I was on the other side, watching the other guy. His name is Mike, Mike with a period. So I don't know, his name is Mike, but his band name has a period at the end for whatever reason. And I think like 2 or 3 other bands backed out once they found out they were going against Chapel Roan, and he owned it. There were probably, I was 3 people deep. Like I could reach up and touch the barrier right there where they were at, and he got down in the middle and he was like shotgunning beers with people. Like he owned that.
Good
No
for
one else was there.
him.
He's like, I don't care if you're here because you wanted to avoid the crowds, but I mean, like 99% of the people at the festival are over there on the other side. Typically it's split, but yeah, it was insane. And he was first, so I started watching him, and then I walked over and I was like, I'm good, and then went back the other direction. Like
was he
Yeah.
pretty good?
he was good. He was like a white rapper. I mean, he was in his 50s, but he was good. It was like entertaining and good, and he'd take time and like he's like somebody play a drinking song and then some random song would be playing and he would drink a beer and he'd bring somebody up on stage. He's like, hey, you want to chug a beer with me? And they chug beers.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean it was nuts, and it was hot. I'm sure it was hotter this weekend too, with all the high temps on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was That's too many people.
Was it this weekend too?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 2 weekends. Yeah. So I mean, when I don't want to be at the front of the stage anyway, so I was like at the back in the shade. Like I don't need to smell you. You know.
Yeah.
Didn't it used to be 2 different separate acts on each different week? Like the first week was usually one person, and then the next week would be a different group of people.
I don't know when the first time
Now
I
it's
went
the
was
same.
2015. It's the headliners are typically the same. Now they'll have some of the smaller bands will be different. Like week 1 is usually like all the good bands, and then like they back out for week 2 or whatever. But yeah,
Was Dua at both weeks?
she was. Yeah.
Wow. And so was Chapel Roan?
Yeah, she was too.
Chapel
Yeah.
was last night. Yeah, Chapel. Was
Wow. That's crazy.
And she actually, I think Chapel Roan canceled a lot of her like her tour, but kept this on the. I mean, like it was like how many people over there was nuts. Like and she actually stopped singing at the beginning and at least on weekend 1 and had to like call over the medics because somebody had passed out. Like
wow.
I'm surprised she didn't stop because she's overwhelmed. I want to be a famous, but I don't want the fame that goes with it.
She sounds like you,
girl. Bye.
Oh, Eva, what are you over?
Okay, this goes to Wednesday's concert.
Uh-oh.
And I've noticed this before, and I guess as I'm getting older and you're blocking my view with your goddamn cell phone. Recording.
Do you think if you were at least average height for a man, this would be a problem?
Every single minute of every single second,
And
you have your phone.
Who goes back and watches an entire concert they've recorded on their cell phone?
Exactly. I get it. Take a picture here and there, which I did. I took a little snippet video of like halfway through of a song that I'm
The
really
entire
like.
thing.
But literally holding their phone up there, recording every single, so much so that they're obstructing our way to get, for me and Shannon, the most important thing was getting a drink.
Correct.
And so we could not, and Shannon was like, oh, hold on, they're recording. They're also watching the damn concert. So I don't care if my head is in their video. Watch the concert. You're watching it.
I just feel like sometimes people are more worried about capturing the moment than experiencing the moment.
Then experience it.
And I'm
I know
like, just experience it. I mean,
yeah. And I know it makes me sound like that grumpy old man that's get off my lawn, but it's seriously like, come on. And especially when they're holding it up so high that it's like, you can't see anything.
It's obstructing your view. Yeah.
And I don't know if Shannon noticed or not. I'm sure you noticed, but I'm the one that took more. And Dylan and I were talking because we sat next to each other. But the whole pit that was standing room only, literally the minute the lights went off, it was not completely dark. It was so bright from everybody just immediately turning their phones on and starting pushing record. And it was like, what's the point? What is the point?
You have to let everyone know. You got to post it on the grams and the snaps.
I know.
Look where I was.
And the twats and all the stuff. You got to let them know where you're at.
So, and what's funny is that when you talk to people that, oh, you were at Charlie XCX, I didn't see any any pictures or videos. I said, because I was watching the concert.
Right.
I was having a good time at the concert.
I was enjoying the concert.
Was this the concert that Brandon texted me trying to tell me I was going, and then he was like, oh, wrong Shannon, and then he deleted me out of the chat?
Yes,
okay.
that was it. Yes.
He put you in the chat?
Oh, initially, I was like, oh, what is this? And he's like, oh, wrong Shannon.
Oh, that's funny.
That was so funny. But yeah, that's what I'm so over. I'm so over.
Okay.
Which I'm sure we'll see it again at Kylie and
whatever.
wherever.
It's everywhere.
I'm going to see Mariah.
Now, yeah.
But again, it's like real quick, Sally.
You're never gonna watch that video.
You're never gonna watch this ever again.
And nobody else is going to watch it
No,
either.
nobody wants to watch that.
cares.
To me, it's like pictures of fireworks. Like, oh, cool, you saw fireworks. That's great.
Nobody's going to watch that.
I feel like it's them putting their content on like YouTube or their YouTube channel, their TikTok, which it gets pulled off if they don't have approval to post it. So it's not like it's.
I mean, all they're doing is letting all the robbers know that, or the burglars, that hey,
You're not home.
Yeah, right.
Come steal the one thing of value I have in my apartment. Thank you.
Or all their employers that they called in sick the next day.
Sorry, I was sick.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'll go.
Post something like a 10-second clip or something of something on your social media. I'll probably watch it. But if you post like an entire song or something,
oh yeah,
no.
I don't.
Is this sex or am I in it? Like, do I care? Like, if it's more than 10 seconds, they better be having sex or better be in this thing because I'm not paying attention to it.
We'll get to P. Diddy in a minute. Okay.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Okay, here's what I'm over, and I'll go really quick, I think. So we were driving back yesterday. We were driving Timmy's Jeep, who's not in the Jeep culture that we talked about before. He only has
He's
one
not.
duck. He only has one duck on his thing that somebody gave him. Anyway, so we were driving through Oklahoma. I hate Oklahoma. Sorry to our Oklahoma listeners, but driving through Oklahoma sucks. So I was driving and I was in the far left lane. And so we're coming into McAllister, Oklahoma. And this semi in the center lane starts to move into our lane. And I'm thinking, okay, he's just coming over and going to move back. He totally comes into our lane. I can't go anywhere on the left because there is a concrete wall. And so I pull over and he hits us, blows one of those big ass tires that he has on the back, and drives off.
What?
And drives off. And so here I am trying to control the Jeep, right? And I've got a blown tire. And so we don't know how much damage there is because it sounded like it was bad because he hit us. But luckily, those tires are big enough that he just got the tires and a little scratch on the
Well,
whatever.
mine's all okay though. I mean,
Well, yeah, it scared the hell out of us. We were doing
Were
it.
you trying to open the door and push Timmy out at the same time?
I mean, okay. It might have been that. But I mean, it was like, what an asshole. Like, and this happened to me. Remember when I was driving underneath the tollway on 635 and it fell off the truck and hit me and they just kept going? I'm like,
they just kept going.
What the hell? Anyway,
I hate that, but I'm glad y'all are okay, but that's scary.
Yeah, it was really scary. I mean, we pulled over and luckily we got to a gas station. Luckily, we were in close to a town and not in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, or we would have been screwed.
Yeah.
So we pulled over, got into a gas station. Then, of course, can't find the jack. Well, okay, well, we need a jack. We've got the spare, but no jack.
No.
Luckily, there were two guys that just pulled in. They had their big trucks with four-wheelers on the back.
Good old boys.
Yeah, we were like, you guys
Good old
got a
boys
jack?
are nice
They're
to
like,
have around.
They're like, what do you need? We're like, I need a jack. So they came over, they helped us, and we were like, here's some money. Like, no, we don't want your money. I'm like, see. So
They're like, just get the fuck out of our state. You two.
oh no, they're from Texas. They were on their
yeah.
way back to Texas. So they were like, but anyway, they were really nice. So I'm not over that, but I'm over like asshole truck drivers because it's like, God, I mean, there wasn't even Buddy on the other. There was no reason to get over, and now you're getting over, and then now you're driving off.
Damn near killing us.
Yes.
I hate driving next to it. Like, I don't like to be next to it, like an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
That and motorcycles. That and motorcycles.
I'm like,
Motorcycles make me nervous.
I'm like, are they passing out asleep because they've been driving all night? What are they doing?
The no-dos wore off in there.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, but we're live. Of course, I told my mother, and of course, she was like, well, those angels were watching over you. I said, yes, they were, because we pulled into a sign that says, there's hope in Jesus. I said, see, Jesus is right there. So there you go.
There you go.
Yep. And then those two guys pulling in.
They may have been guardian angels for all
They were both named Jesus.
There, one of them was Hispanic. So there you go.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, Mita.
All right. Who's up first?
I guess I am.
Coach Daddy.
Hey, Coach Daddy.
Thank you, SAP. Andy's intro is pretty weak. So we have not really a lot to talk about. We have a little bit to talk about. I think most of you probably didn't watch any sports the last 2 weeks because this is we weren't on last week, so we'll try to get you caught up. We'll start with college football. Where did my note go? So we had a lot of upsets. I think we've already talked about SAP's team was sad when they lost to Texas when she was at the game, but like a lot of upsets. And that, honestly, to me, that's my favorite thing about college football is upsets. Like I want it to be messed up, and like I want the selection committee to have a hard time. Like it's different now. There's now 12 teams, so it's a little easier to get in. But to me, it was always exciting about college football, like especially when they're just the two teams in the national championship. You couldn't lose a game. Like you had to win out and win every game. Like the Cowboys right now, we'll get to them, but they could still turn around after already losing 3 games and still go to the playoffs. Like it's just different than it is with college. So it means more. All these games mean more. So
I will say I also like it because it proves that preseason rankings mean nothing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like you're basically saying, okay, this is how we think you're going to do, but it doesn't matter until, I mean, like look at Michigan. Like that was such a big win for Texas, and now Michigan's like, oh, like maybe Michigan wasn't that good.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. And it was pretty rare. Like, I mean, when Alabama was having their dominance, they basically were just number one forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But I mean, like it's just interesting. And like we've had a bunch of like again this weekend we're gonna have Texas and Georgia, just a lot of top 5, top 10 matchups, and the SEC and the Big Ten, which feels weird to call those two conferences that are basically dominating the top of the rankings, but these guys are about to play each other and just eat each other alive. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Again, first year with their 12 team format, but it's exciting. And Eva, I tried to look up Abilene Christian's record. I don't know if you if you know how they're doing.
Yeah, they've lost 2 games. They lost, unfortunately, on Saturday by a touchdown. But they're in the top 10 in their, what is it?
Their division.
And their conference with 10 people?
In their conference, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't want to crush their hopes, but I mean, the last time they played Angelo State, they lost, but ASU's 4-0 in conference play. Just bringing that up. Yeah, so it's just exciting. Texas OU was this weekend. I've never actually gone to Texas OU weekend. I think it would be good to go once. So it's got to be insane, and it's always so hot. Like that's a crappy stadium.
So we were talking about this. Usually it's an 11 o'clock game, right?
Yes.
And this year it was like a 3 o'clock.
Always
game.
an 11 o'clock game. Yeah.
You know, it was so hot.
Yeah, it had to be miserable. Yeah. Yeah. Normally it's 11 a.m. and like it's you go and you have a corn dog for breakfast. You go into the stadium. Right. Like if you're going to go to the fair, the time to go to the fair is while that game is going because there won't be anybody in there. But I'm sure for TV, whatever, they had to change the time, but it's almost always at 11. But yeah, I think that would be. It would be a fun. I'm glad that like that's still kind of one of the few right. It's the Red River rivalry now.
It used to be the Red River Shootout, but I guess
apparently shootout's a bad connotation. Yeah. Well, I think once they changed the name, people stopped shooting, so I think that's good. That's very important.
It did.
We can hate each other, but not shoot out because we hate each other. So I think it's a really good thing.
I don't vote. I don't vote. I don't root for either one of them. But there, on my social media, there was a lot of Oklahoma fans, and I like my Oklahoma fans, but they're all boomer, 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 and then nothing after. It was like
so
dead silent.
And they have, I think overall Texas has like a 10 game like 10 has won 10 more games against in the matchup, but literally in the last 2017 games, Oklahoma's won is dominated. I mean, pretty much. Oklahoma was dominant, then Texas had a couple good years, and Oklahoma's been dominant. But this is and they didn't have a chance. They had too many injuries, and they have a freshman quarterback. But this is like they usually play up. Even last year, like Oklahoma was not good, and they still beat Texas. They always find a way to turn it on. They didn't have anything, but it makes sense. But it's interesting to me how many Oklahoma. I mean, again, looking at this call, 2 of the 5 of us are actually from Texas. But I mean. If you go to school at Oklahoma, there is nothing to do. Like, there's no jobs there, so you're going to come down to Dallas. So there's a ton of Oklahoma grads that live here. But
it's funny. Rick said something about, "Oh, that's going to be a long, sad drive home," and I said, "Where?" To like
to Highland Park,
Oklahoma and Highland Park. yeah, that's pretty sad
for the team, yes, but not for the fans. Yeah, not for the fans. Yeah, so. That's happening, and we're getting closer. We don't have any rankings out yet, but it's going to be interesting again with the 12 team format. And then locally, SMU is in the top 25. They destroyed Florida State recently, which now we found out again, rankings don't matter. Florida State is an awful team. And I think SMU is I think there are like 6 schools that have never hosted a college game day that are in the Big 5 conferences, which includes the Pac-12, which only has 2 teams, but this is their first year in one of those conferences, but they've never hosted game day. So if they keep doing well, they may have a chance to.
That would be cool.
It'd be cool to have a game day in Dallas.
And SMU is the reason no school will ever get the death penalty again, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're the only one that's ever gotten it. I mean, and it's funny now because all the stuff that they're doing, we do, and like, it's perfectly fine to do it now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and back then everyone was doing it, right? Everyone was paying their players. It just they needed to make an example. Yeah,
they were really good
at
your
it.
Face with it.
So. Oh yeah, it wasn't a $500 handshake. It was here's all your money, right?
Yeah.
Here's the bag. Let's go. Yeah. So that's local, and then I guess we can talk about the NFL, the Cowboys. Yeah.
Sucked.
I was supposed to fly back this morning, and I ended up the meetings ended early, so I took caught a flight last night, and I was grateful to be on the way to the airport and then at the airport, and didn't really get a chance to watch that game because
Same.
it was awful. They are 3-3. On the bright note, the Stars have played 3 games and have as many wins as the Cowboys do.
And the Cowboys, all their losses are at home.
Have been at home.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah. So that's not good, right? I mean, and again, this is Dallas, and nobody wants to, like, the fans can't afford to go to the game, right? Like, people that have season tickets, it's cost a small fortune. They're selling those, they're making money off of it. So that's why you'll see, like Shane and I were at the New Orleans game. It probably 60-40, or 40-60 Saints fans. I mean, that's just the nature of the business. And this it shouldn't be that way, but that's again Jerry's. Sorry, Jerry. It was a sponsor there.
I think Jerry listens. So
it's frustrating, and I think the most frustrating part is like they're either be bad or be good. Like, don't give me this like in the middle bullshit. Like don't give me hope when there's no chance, right? Like, don't look really good on the road and then come home and
then they pulled Dak. They pulled him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
like they just completely pulled everybody.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of common in blowouts like that. You don't want to get the quarterback injured. There's no chance he's going to win the game, right? And he looks like shit. And honestly, Cooper Rush looked better than he did, but
yeah, until that interception in the end zone.
Well, yeah, Dak was already doing that anyway. He'd already thrown to him. So,
like, it was so funny because we were watching the game yesterday, and it was like, Roger was getting so upset, and I'm surprised he even knew who the Cowboys were, but it was literally like Dak was throwing it to the other team and on purpose. Like, he was getting these wonderful throws, and they were always landing in the other people's arms.
Yeah,
it's like, okay. But yeah, but it was also Jerry Jones's birthday yesterday.
So it was his birthday.
Nice little birthday gift for him.
Today was Jared Goff's birthday, the quarterback for the Alliance. So
wow.
Yeah, wow. He's a little younger than Jerry. I think he turned 30.
So is Dak worth that $240 million?
No, but you
nobody is though.
You have to pay them, right? Like, if they don't,
you have to pay $240 million.
You do, yeah, you do. I mean, that's
no.
So
nobody needs to get paid that much.
Correct. That is an insane amount of money. But if you looked at the percentage of the salary cap that he's getting paid, it's not, and it's no more than any other quarterback's gotten paid percentage wise. It's just the salary cap is so high because they're making so much money. So instead of like, hey, maybe we should charge less ticket sales, or maybe a jersey shouldn't cost $200.
Yeah,
or 20 if you buy it from China.
If he was winning games, pay the money. But he ain't winning shit.
I think it's the top 7 highest paid quarterbacks have not won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, Mahomes is not in the top. He's not in the top 7 anymore. I think that's why it's 7. But he had the biggest contract. But that's the thing. Like, every year, somebody else is going to get the biggest contract, and you don't have to be awesome. Like, there are 2 or 3 like amazing quarterbacks in the NFL, and then everybody else is okay to good, and then there's some that aren't good. But if you're in that okay to good range, you have to pay them. If not, they're going to go somewhere else, and somebody else is going to pay them, and you have nothing. So it's, do you want nothing, or do you want to overpay for a turd?
That's about to be on my list right behind Brittany Griner.
Oh, here we go with Brittany again.
Oh, is he not thankful for his $240 million salary?
He is not.
I think he is.
Not if he plays like that.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't feel bad for him. He signed the contract. I mean, that's the thing. Like, he knowing that he's the highest paid player, he's putting a target on his back. Like, everybody, any mistake that he makes, all the pressure's there, right? Like, everything's there.
That's why you make a moderate salary, and then you just get the rest of the money on endorsements.
I thought your plan was to make a moderate salary and find a white rich man.
You don't win, you don't get
paid.
Okay, you're doing okay.
You don't win, you don't get paid.
It's interesting, right? Like, me personally, I mean, I just started a new job. I took as much money as they would give me. Like, I mean, that's like
absolutely.
But like, we're not in the entertainment business. Like, nobody's paying money to watch me. I guess I'm just watching training videos right now. I guess they could pay me. We'll get to that later. There's OnlyFans. We'll think about that.
There's an OnlyFans page. Is that?
It's OnlyFan. It's singular. It's singular.
OnlyFan.
I'm trying to expand. We're not there yet. I mean, I mean, I get it. Like, make as much money as you can, especially like this is an industry where your shelf life is less than 10 years. Like, this is, not everybody's going to play until they're 45, like Tom Brady,
Aaron
and
Rodgers.
who's
Get lost. Get
playing
lost.
right now. Yeah, he got his coach fired. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Right.
I know.
Oop,
I
not
know.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
real
didn't
quick
mean to
on
do
the
that.
real quick on the Cowboy game. Did you
Yeah.
see the guy that broke his leg? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I've watched the close-up video of it being snapped. It was so
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, what team?
The Lions.
The Lions.
Oh,
Hutchinson's?
yesterday? Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
it was.
initial reports where he's out for the year, and then the coach was like, maybe he'll be back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
So, it
must have
he
been
had
a
surgery
break.
today. Like today, they
Yeah.
repaired his tibia and his fibia. So
Yeah, they just snapped his. It was horrible.
yeah, that's not a good bone to break. Yeah.
And what about the Philadelphia coach? I mean,
Oh
I
my
know
God,
we
yeah,
don't
that's
care
next on the
about
list.
that,
So
but okay, sorry.
No, we're good. I'm done with the Cowboys. We talked about more than I
Yeah.
want to, but so the again, we talked about
interesting.
this. The Eagles are the worst fans.
Awful.
Mm.
They
And
love that they're the worst fans.
They embrace it.
They
and
embrace it.
It's just a shitty. Philadelphia's a shitty place. So they should have fired. The coach should have been fired last year, right? He should not have made it this year. Like he and Jalen Hurts are arguing like they don't get along. And he's been booed. Like the Eagles, they will boo their own team. Like if you play poorly, they're going to boo you. They were playing the Browns, which the Cowboys beat in the first game of the season, and because the Browns are supposed to be good, and they're not preseason rankings. So they're getting booed throughout the game, and the Eagles somehow won the game. I think they blocked a punt and saved the game. They did something weird, but anyway, they ended up winning the game. And after the game is over, there's video of him. Instead of celebrating the win, he's turned around facing the fans, like pointing and yelling at the fans.
Oh,
because they've been booing him, like talking trash to them. I mean, he's gone. He's not. He may finish the season, but he is not going to be their coach, long term. I mean, even like when they won the Doug Peterson, they won a Super Bowl with, like the fans turned on him shortly after that, and he's about to lose his job in Jacksonville, which is interesting. They played the game in London this Sunday at 8:00, depending on what time zone you're in.
this coming Sunday.
This
Okay.
past Sunday, and then they're
Oh.
playing again. So they actually stayed in London for the week instead of flying back and going back over there because they had back-to-back games
In
London. Yeah. I mean, that's probably, I guess they're like a hurricane came through recently, so maybe it's okay that they're not there. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's also Jacksonville, so no one really gives a shit about football unless it's the University of Florida. No one cares about football there. Oh, but yeah. So that's the NFL. NHL season just started. Stars representing the Stars. They have as many wins as the Cowboys do. Again, long season, 82 games, same as the NBA. But it started, and so yeah, we've made it to the point where the Cowboys suck, but there's another sport to care about. So I'm okay with that. Major League Baseball, we're in the championships, American League and National League, and 3 of the 4 teams no one really gives a shit about. The Mets against the Dodgers, and the Guardians, not the Indians, because we can't say Indians, against the Yankees. And so, like,
Are they the Guardians now? Really?
they're the Guardians now. Yeah. Yeah. They changed their name a couple years ago, but yeah, they're the
I didn't even realize that.
they're the Guardians now. I mean, and the Mets is interesting because, like, last year, as the Rangers are going to the World Series, the Mets were selling off all their players because the Mets paid for paid a bunch of money last year and signed a bunch of players. Like, that's where DeGrom came from, and that's where Scherzer came from. Even that's the guy with the multicolor eye.
Yeah.
And like Verlander, they sent him off to the Astros. So it's interesting that the Mets are now in the championship after like doing so poorly last year and getting rid of most of their players. So yeah, I don't really care. I want all the teams to lose. I don't care about the Guardians. I just want the Dodgers and the Yankees to not win. I mean, they're like the 2 richest franchises teams, whatever. Like, it's kind of dumb when you can win by spending all your money. And then one last thing. Yeah, Moneyball. Well, I think Moneyball was to not spend money, but
That's
you're close. Don't worry, SFP. We got questions to talk about later anyway, so you're good. WNBA.
No, I read the book. I knew. I was talking about the Mets. You said they sold everybody off. That was
Oh, that is kind of Moneyball. Yes, that was Moneyball.
okay.
The WNBA Finals, it's the Liberty and the Lynx. That's New York Liberty and Minneapolis Lynx. They are tied up 1-1. It's a best of 5 series. New York was supposed to destroy and sweep the Lynx, but they lost the first game. So that's it. That's sports ball.
Does Brittany Griner play for one of those teams? Because Andy is a big fan.
No.
Okay.
I don't actually know who she plays for. No, it's not the Russian team. That much I know. Too soon?
Yeah, that was good.
I'll Google that. Let me ruin my Google history. But that's it for sports ball.
Now you're gonna change the algorithm.
Oh my god. She plays for Phoenix Mercury.
Okay.
And then my algorithm's ruined.
Don't put in Hope Solo, Shiloh.
Right.
I think I've got those pictures somewhere.
Hey, there's a Netflix special about Hope Solo versus the world or something like that. I don't know.
I think I've seen that for educational reasons. I think I've seen that porn. Hope Solo versus the world.
Always educational reasons.
Yeah. Makes me feel like I'm going to Arby's.
Oh,
gross.
Don't
okay, that's it for sports ball.
Thanks, Coach Daddy. Okay, Shiva.
Oh, sorry.
You're up.
He was thinking about Arby's.
Oh, gosh, no.
Beef and cheese.
All right.
Gross.
Well, let's since we're one day, let's get this out of the way. Just the newest and the latest in the saga of P. Diddy. Since we've covered it before. Apparently today there were 6 new charges of sexual assault that he was charged with.
Really?
And so
it's
yeah,
over
6.
100 claims now, right?
Yes, now there are over 100, and apparently
that feels low.
Yeah, it's just,
those are just the civil suits, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are just the civil. He's still in prison, waiting for his indictment. And at this point, I think that's the safest space for him because if he does get out,
I'm surprised he's not dead already.
I am too. I mean, he's not happy about the food in prison. Did I read that somewhere?
Yes.
Yes. They don't have good food.
He's probably not happy with the quality of baby oil either.
Right. Yeah. So it's only going to get more and more. I fear that it's only going to start to really take off, and more people are going to come out and say what they've experienced. And I was just reading a second ago about one case, one instance at Macy's. So apparently he was the plaintiff was accosted by him, P. Diddy, and his bodyguards, and it's just gross.
I don't know. Do you think P. Diddy shopped at Macy's though? I mean, come on.
Maybe early on.
Well, he has.
Well, Puff Daddy probably shopped at Macy's.
It's one of his business
Puff Daddy did,
Yeah,
but
Puff
not
Daddy
P. Diddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was in 2008, so take it back then. He probably did. So
I'm kind of like you, Shannon. I didn't think about that, but really,
well, he has all his products in there.
He probably had a product line in there,
and
maybe
shoes and.
Fair.
Was PH the person he assaulted? Was it PH?
No, PH.
And they stopped. They're like, no, this is not a woman, and they stopped.
PH worked for the different child molester.
I was going to say PH worked for
the other
a
one.
different one.
The other one. But yeah, so more disturbing as it continues on.
So did you see that Pink responded to people asking how she scrubbed, and she was like, "This has nothing to do with Diddy. I don't know any of those people. This is..." So she denied it, and she's like, "This is not the reason." So,
what was the reason?
I don't. Let me pull it up here. I did.
Are you checking your calendar? It looks like you're checking your calendar.
I did put that in my calendar. No. Anyway, so she did deny it. She's like, "It wasn't because I was involved ever. I don't know those people." But
just the timing was interesting, right?
Yeah. Usher, because she did it the same day Usher did, and Usher, has obviously
Usher was definitely
accused of being involved and being a victim, and he said he'd been hacked. And
did he say that's how he got his herpes? Is that what he's blaming it on?
Does he have herpes?
Oh yeah.
He was actually born in Dallas. I just read when I was looking up some stuff.
He was in concert here last week too.
Yeah, him and Roger and Brandon.
Someone's little brother went with. That was a weird pairing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so stay tuned. I'm sure there's more to come.
Here's what she said. Writing in a post that she doesn't know why I became a headline this week, but I wiped my Twitter account on February 6th. There's no truth to rumors spread this week. And while I've met people in passing, I'm not associated with any of the people mentioned.
Lies.
Whatever, Pink.
It's Pink month. We got to believe Pink.
Well,
Is
and
she
you also know
relevant,
she's
though?
she's about to go on tour, I'm sure, or she's in the midst of getting some sort of Vegas residency.
Yeah.
So she's
She puts on a heck of
damage
a
control.
show, though, I think. I saw her once. I thought
I
she
like
put
when
on a
she
good
sang
show.
and didn't dance from upstairs on the.
Do what now?
If I wanted to see Cirque du Soleil, I'll go to Vegas and see a Cirque du Soleil show.
Okay. I did think there was a lot of that. It's like, okay, we see you flying around singing.
We know you can sing upside down with your legs spread open. We know. We know.
So can Eva.
And you don't have to pay for that.
Concerts online? Not Eva's concerts or Pink concerts online.
That concert's free.
I want a refund.
Especially from the street down below.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, the homeless people have a really good show. But when they start lining up, it's going to be like, what's going on? But yeah, so, okay, so is there anything that anyone wants to discuss about like TV currently going on before I go on to this? Because I'm going to try something different here.
Go for it.
Just real quick.
Okay. I'd like to file a complaint. So I finished Umbrella Academy, and you guys said they phoned it in, and I actually really liked the ending.
Really?
Yeah.
I
like weird, and it got weird. So yeah.
Rick stopped watching it, so he would be.
I want to bring out one thing that's premiering this week. Are you going to go premiere?
No. Go ahead.
If you haven't watched Shrinking on Apple TV,
amazing.
Season 2 starts on Wednesday.
Oh, does it? Such a good show.
Yes, Harrison Ford still can get it. Still can
get it. Still can get it.
Just all of them in that cast. The next door neighbor, Kristen Miller, whatever it is.
So good. So
She's
good.
so funny.
I hope we get another cameo by Pam, even though we don't like Pam.
Mr. Darcy telling her eat a dick.
Yes, and the dad. I remember him as Roger
don't
from
like
Happy
Pam.
Days.
Oh, eat a dick, Pam.
I remember him as Roger from Happy Days.
I'm not old enough to have ever seen Happy Days. It was very
I
children
used to
for
watch,
me.
I used to watch Happy Days all the time.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He was Roger. He was the cousin.
Yeah.
He was the cousin.
Wasn't he Married with Children too?
He was the second husband, Mr. Darcy.
Yeah. Did anybody happen to watch SNL Saturday night?
No.
No, but I saw Dana Carvey talking about
it was pretty funny.
See, I've heard conflicting thoughts because I've heard it was absolutely horrible because they don't have any direction, and then I heard it was really good.
She was and I'm not
a
big fan of hers, but she was good.
Who?
I watched the Celine Dion.
Ariel Grande.
Ariel Grande.
I've
seen some clips on TikTok.
I saw the Celine Dion UFC song.
No, the one.
I thought it was absolutely stupid.
The skit where they have game night is hilarious, and then in the very, very last one they do, she's Jennifer Coolidge. It's so funny.
I saw a clip of that today. She does a really good impersonation.
Did she show her areolas? Areola Grande? No.
Does she have a big movie coming out soon?
Hey, another boob joke.
Yeah.
Another bib joke.
He was like, "Does she have big?" No, big movie.
Stallions are shaking her head.
We're bringing breast cancer awareness out big time.
Well, I wanted to do a quick little
save the tatas.
I wanted to do a quick little
wait before you say that.
Change. Yeah.
John got kicked. Oh, have you watched British Baking Show?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not up to date with it. I just watch it occasionally.
The guy who got kicked off last week.
Yes, we watched it last night. Yeah. But Dylan, Dylan
Starbaker.
So yummy. He is so yummy. He's so cute. Those
Dylan?
Oh, so cute.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody good?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something kind of a little nostalgia pop culture thing.
Oh boy.
So it's a little bit like we do at the beginning of the show, but for pop culture. Does that make sense? So
you don't have any original ideas at all.
So this week, no, because it's always good to go back, especially with the '90s coming back. It made me think, like, oh God, all these things. When the 2000s come back, the early aughts, I'm running for the hills. Because my fashion was very bad then. But I wanted to
drag
do
comes
something
back from the
about
early odds.
this week in movies, music, TV, just little things, just a few things from each week. So, so in movies, I looked at the top movies of this week, and there were some interesting ones that you
What
would
year
think
is
that
this?
were top. So they range in different years, so it's off back and forth. So the oldest one that I looked at that I thought was significant was My Fair Lady. Was the top grossing movie in 1964. With Audrey Hepburn. Should have been not Judy. What's her name? Mary Poppins. What's her name?
Oh,
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews should have been, right. She played it on Broadway, but they didn't want her for the movie, and they got a bigger star. And kind of a little controversy there with that whole thing. Because didn't she win the Tony for My Fair Lady? Yeah. My Broadway consultant just screamed over here. Yes. Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
Yes, we heard him.
They heard you. But yeah, so in 1964, My Fair Lady. Also this week, Pulp Fiction in 1994.
Ah.
Pulp Fiction. I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was growing up because of this
why?
one scene. Because of the one scene with the...
Because what your mom saw you doing in the bathroom, she was afraid the GIMP scene was going to turn you?
Yeah, the GIMP scene. I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it, but that's
because you're a bottom. That's why you don't get it.
But
you've been to the Phoenix. You know what it is.
But the Uma Thurman scene is always the most traumatizing scene where he just stabs her in the heart with the...
I've always wanted to do that. To like stab somebody in the heart with the adrenaline. Yeah. Always wanted to. Or have it done to me.
And The Social Network, which I've never seen. Has anybody seen it? In 2010.
I have
Social
seen it.
Network.
I saw that one, yeah.
AKA Facebook. Now, one that I have seen that I watch a lot is Look Who's Talking in 1989 with John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. Yeah. The Ring, since it's spooky season, in 2002 with Naomi Watts. I Know What You Did Last Summer in 1997. I took my little sister to watch that movie because I was the adult and she couldn't get in. So I had to take her.
And they're doing a remake, right?
And they are doing a remake, and Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt are both set to reprise their roles. But the best part was, so Sarah Michelle Gellar was in that.
I was going to
and
say.
She played Helen, and she died famously in the first
she can't come back in the second one?
Well, they interviewed her and asked her if she would be reprising her role, and she says, "I'm dead."
Can't you say spoiler before you bring this up? Some of our fans probably haven't seen this.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was a great movie. In 2003, Kill Bill Volume 1, which Rick will watch. It will always show up in my queue, and HBO Max, Tubi, wherever we watch
The
movies.
Bride? Her name was The Bride, right?
The Bride. The Bride.
Talk about
That's where you learn how to get out of a coffin.
Beatrix Kiddo. Oh, I know. So
and what's her name?
Lucy Liu and
Lucy
Vivica
Liu,
Fox.
yeah.
Vivica Fox. Just great. And another movie I've never seen was The Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993.
You've never seen The Nightmare Before
I've
Christmas?
never seen it. I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
I just know this is Halloween.
This is Halloween.
Is that Tim? What's his name?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Tim Burton.
It's really good.
It's on Hulu, Disney Plus right now.
And the
I don't think I've ever had any desire to.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch.
Okay.
And the last movie, 3 years ago, the last movie in the Daniel Craig James Bond series, No Time to Die, premiered, was the highest grossing film of this week. So just a
Do we
little
know
bit
who's going to replace him as James Bond?
We
Not
don't
yet.
know yet. I'm hoping it's Idris Elba.
I thought that's who I thought it was.
I think right now the talks are about Aaron Taylor Johnson, who I would.
Was he on Tool Time?
It's Jonathan Taylor.
Thompson.
Now, with some fun comes a little bit sadness, or not sadness. There's some people that were born. James Bond, Roger Moore was born this week in 1927. Who's your favorite Bond? Anyone?
Sean Connery.
Do you like the Bond movie? Sean Connery.
No, Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Because those are the only ones I've ever seen.
Oh.
I've never seen any of that.
No Roger Moore? You've never seen?
Actually, Roger Moore's probably my favorite.
Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan did one.
Pierce Brosnan one. No. Never seen-
I hear Rick.
Cackling in the
What was the
background.
one that was like two and done? It was like the shortest James Bond.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton. Yeah.
Well,
Never watched it. Yeah.
well, the first guy to play James Bond, he did one and done. The
Who
very
was it?
first,
Oh, before
the very-
Roger Moore?
the very
Oh.
first James Bond, he did one and that's it.
I mean, I
Oh,
watched
wow.
them as a kid, and that's how I learned how to treat women. So.
Was that Her Majesty's Secret Service? Was that the first one?
Hey, Eva, tell your husband that my favorite one is Octopussy.
His favorite one is Octopus. Big Red.
That's what I called my weekend in Vegas.
Oh my
Um, so
Shannon
he was
walked off on
born.
that one.
He was born. Isaac Mizrahi, fashion designer.
Isaac
Oh, yes, I know
Mizrahi,
that.
what happened to him? He
Yes.
started and then he just went away.
Yeah, he just kind of went away. Yeah, he shows up on RuPaul's Drag Race as a guest judge every now
Okay.
and then. He was born in 1961. Madonna's daughter, Lourdes, the
Lourdes
was
Maria.
born in 1996.
Unibrow.
Unibrow, but she's just.
Does she know who her dad is?
Greg Evigan.
Oh, BJ and the
Bear.
Mhm.
My two dads.
My two dads.
Mhm.
He was born. We were just
BJ
talking
and
about
the
that remember
Bear?
last time.
Do you know
Yes.
about BJ
Now,
Bear?
Shiloh, if we didn't have
I'm not going to
Corn
Google
Block,
that.
He was the truck driver
I'm
that
not
had a
Googling.
monkey for a
Okay,
sidekick.
you're not making this any better. A truck driver in a movie
Monkey
called
sidekick.
BJ and the Bear with his monkey sidekick. Come in the truck. Let's see my monkey. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
great. It was a good
Yeah.
show. My two dads. I used to watch my two dads. I'm like,
Wasn't
who do we
it-
think
it-
her? It
isn't
was
that a
him
bar
and-
in New Orleans, BJ and the Bear?
Probably.
BJ with the bear.
Oh,
And my two dads. I'd be in that,
I know.
that gay bar
Oh,
too.
what was his? It's very
Paul
very
Reiser.
homoerotic. Greg Evigan. I mean,
and Paul
that
Reiser,
mullet.
right?
And Paul Reiser. Yeah, Paul Reiser.
And
Oh, go ahead. Oh.
no, who was the girl? Did she turn out to be
The-
anything?
Yeah, she was on Step by Step with Patrick Duffy.
That's
and
it.
Suzanne
Yeah,
Summers.
yeah.
She was the oldest daughter of Suzanne
Yeah.
Summers. The modern day Brady Bunch show at ABC.
Okay.
show. And sadness too. Piper Laurie died today or this week in 2003. Piper Laurie, Carrie's mom. The Dirty Pillows.
oh,
Good. She was also in the Thornbirds. I remember from Thornbirds. My
the
grandmother used to watch
Thornbirds. Wow.
Yeah, very risque. And then TV, Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered this week in 2007.
Ugh,
Do you know
I
I've
thought
never
that-
seen that?
me either.
Never either. Never.
Oh,
either.
you're
And
I've seen her sex tape, but I've never seen.
I've never
the
seen
show.
it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But Sarah Paulson also is kind of on my crap list because she actually made a statement in the press saying that we have to now start taking Kim Kardashian seriously as an actress because she is a top thespian in her eyes.
Does she know what
Because she was
thespian
on.
is?
Well, she's a lesbian, so she
Yeah.
might know what a thespian is. But
Yeah.
what on
She's
what?
only been in
What's
Ryan
she in?
Murphy's. She
Right.
was only in American Horror Story.
And she
But
wasn't good.
apparently she's coming back into another show.
So Sarah
Yeah.
Paulson's speaking out against Kim Kardashian as an actress?
No,
Like-
she's
For
speaking
her.
for
She's
her.
saying
Oh,
we
she's
should embrace
for
her. Yeah.
See, that's what I do.
No, Patricia
Interesting.
LaPone can't stand her.
Yeah.
I think
oh
she's
no.
think she's taking jobs away from actors.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Is it because she's
It's
a minority?
true.
Is that why they said that? The minorities are taking jobs away from the actors?
It's possible.
I don't get it.
But you wouldn't. You're a minority, Eva. Just keep telling your story.
But yeah, so just a little bit of a
I like it.
pop culture
Mhm.
on this day or in this week, and a couple of music things. This one was the most notable one. I'm not going to go through the rest of them. In 2006, we have country music fans here. In 2006, opening for the Rascal Flatts, Eric Church in Madison Square Garden went crazy on his set. He went over his time, blah, blah, blah. He ended up getting kicked off the stage. And on that tour, after that, was replaced by a talented newcomer named
Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Taylor Swift. So this week, Taylor Swift was thrown into the spotlight,
Was born.
limelight.
So this is Eric
And-
Church's fault.
So yeah, it's all Eric.
Mm.
So did Eric Church ever recover from that? I mean, I've heard his name, but I'm
I
not.
think he did because he was pretty hot back about 4 or 5 years ago. I just
Okay.
remember watching him on all the country music ones because I would always watch for the Reba, the old timers,
Yeah.
the Reba, Dolly, performances when they did come out. And I remember he always sang with his sunglasses on, which I don't understand. I don't understand
Probably
that.
had in the
But
bloodshot
also,
eyes.
on that note too, Charlie XCX, props, sang the entire show with sunglasses on.
And sunglasses.
And sunglasses.
I don't know how she didn't fall down.
Well, you could probably thank the lights of the cell phone.
She probably had to have mom with
her.
all the iPhone lights on up front.
She could see her way
Right.
through. So, but yeah, and then of course Madonna had her first kid, which I remember was a huge, 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 huge thing. So,
How many
When you
kids
said
does
that
she
about
have?
Madonna's birthday, daughter's birthday, it made me laugh because I think my friend Stephanie started saying it, but instead of saying like, "Oh my Lord" or something, she'll just say Lourdes Maria, as daughter's name. So,
Madonna
and
has
Kenny says
two-
it too. So,
Madonna has 2 kids that are hers, naturally born, and
Mm-hmm.
then she has 3 that were adopted. Just
Who were the
fun.
dads of the 2 kids?
One was a backup dancer for her, who's hot, and then the other one was Guy Ritchie.
Is that why
Guy
Britney
Ritchie.
Spears went that route with the backup dancer?
I don't know.
Probably.
That's not me. That's Brandon.
Oh,
yeah, Brandon's all things Brittany.
We
he's
should
pouring
have
it
a
up in
special
Vegas right now,
correspondent
so
when
he's
it's
not going to
Britney week.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
so
in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll try that every now
Yeah.
and then. Just
He's
thought I'd-
dressing as a co-ed from the Dutch country, apparently.
I
Hey,
love
Tyler-
his-
He needs more
Tyler,
fabric.
Are you sure you didn't feel up Brandon there by mistake?
I know. Brandon showed up like
Saturday?
halfway. The meetings were Saturday, Sunday. He showed up halfway through Saturday, just enough time to put on a polo and go up there with the committee and say his name, and then I never saw him
And
again.
then that was it. He was.
Yeah.
And did you see that picture she posted of her title and everything? She's like, I'm famous. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he sat down to take that picture. I should have taken the card because he wasn't there.
goodness, my goodness. But I love how he keeps texting us and keeps trying to say, "Oh my gosh, it's frat week. Oh my gosh, there's so many frat boys." I'm like,
He's
"It's
trying to
still
make everybody
Vegas."
jealous.
No, it's still Vegas. I'm good.
He just texted also.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
It's the opening ceremony.
Is he watching the podcast live?
Maybe. Shiloh, as a follow-up though, is porn still restricted in Texas, or has that been
No, you just have to have an account.
okay? I just didn't know. I just
Basically,
thought,
you have
know.
to just a photo ID verification. I created one just in case you guys had questions. We could talk about it on the podcast.
Well,
It's great.
I
So
know
now-
it's
Research,
going,
right?
It's going through the court system, so it still could
Well,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
So
to
now-
pay for that count? Because you could probably expense it. I mean,
No, it's
Yeah.
free.
okay.
It's
So-
free. I'm not paying for porn.
So did so now Pornhub has a picture of your ID.
It's not Pornhub. If we're looking for sponsors, X Hamster, the letter X. And it sounds weird because hamster's in the name, so it's not.
Oh my God! Is this some sort
It's
of
not
like
a gay
Richard Gere?
site.
No,
It's like
well,
Richard
I'm thinking
Gere.
hamster's like bestiality. There's not animals. It's
Oh, no,
all
that's-
legal.
that's
It's all
X-
on the up and up.
That's not X hamster. That's X gerbil.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
gerbil.
X gerbil, yeah.
Gerbil. There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm sorry to the rodent community.
Yeah. Sorry to offend
Okay,
everyone. Yeah.
So
it's
X hamsters.
hamster,
We'll put
yeah.
that. Okay,
So
we'll
they
put
don't
that
have
in the
my
show
ID.
notes.
I turned my webcam on, and they basically verified that I was a person. They're like, okay, yeah, that was it.
It was a picture of. It was a picture of
Like
Brandon.
to look at porn, you had to turn on your webcam.
So you have to verify. They have to do an age verification, right? Because before it was just like, are you 18 or older? Click OK if you are, right? So now you have to verify that you are.
So now they're
So
like,
now
give
you-
us access to your webcam.
So you can either like upload a picture of your photo ID or whatever. I mean, like
So-
when I started my new job, like I had to get on webcam and show them my passport for my I-9 information stuff.
Oh
so.
yeah, I had to do that. Yeah.
So, I mean, were you worried that you should have left your beard gray so you look over 21?
So I know we're not supposed to do this, and I probably shouldn't say this. So there was a special guest who's no longer participates in the podcast. So I had a printout of a picture of her or him in costume. I think we just talked about Wicked. Maybe it was from Wicked. So I had that as like a
No
over my
more
face.
Wicked.
So I held that
more
up, and so that was the picture.
Oh my gosh.
Wicked. I wonder if he's gonna go watch the movie and cry like he did at the
Oh, no, right?
He's gonna
Oh,
be
we
eating a
love
hot
TV.
dog on the curb while watching the movie.
Oh,
We love it. We love
It is Halloween almost.
Yeah.
Good memories
It
of
is.
Halloween.
Way over.
Thanks for all the pink.
Thanks,
Love you.
kids.
Happy breast
Love
cancer awareness.
Save those tatas.
Go get checked out.
I'll ask you questions later, SAP.
Okay.
Don't forget.
I'll
See
be
you next
I'll
week.
be as honest as I can be. All
Bye.
right, bye, y'all.
Bye.